All right, good morning, everybody. Hope you got yourselves a big old cup of coffee, because I do, and it is much needed on a Sunday morning like today. So, first off, thanks to all those who watched, commented, and subscribed to my videos in the past. I really do appreciate it, especially yesterday's video. The response to me was insane. It lets me know I'm doing something right. I don't know what that is, but I'm doing something right. So we're going to continue with this. Got a little mini episode for you today because it's Sunday, only talking about 5 articles. Top 2 that you might have seen listed in the thumbnail, Digibyte and IOTA. So let's talk about Digibyte real quick. I just wanted to touch on this one because it is kind of cool, and it shows that while the Coinbase effect may be waning, the BINANCE effect is going strong. So on the 22nd, Digibyte got listed. Good for them. Yay! They paired it with Bitcoin, USDT, and BNB, which is Binance's native token. So starting at 2 p.m. UTC on the 22nd of June, they were able to buy, sell, and trade, all that fun stuff. In the first little bit, just a little bit of being listed, Digibyte had a 30% price increase, less than 2 hours. Obviously, it's a really, really big deal. Digibyte's actually been around since 2013, which is insane to me. I didn't hear about it till 2017. Some 60-year-old dude at a casino I was at was talking about it, and I looked it up. Probably should have bought it then because a 60-year-old dude was talking about it, but time makes fools of us all. So, but yeah, no, Digibyte is one of the first decentralized blockchain network to implement SegWit, or segregated witness. It's a first layer solution that modifies the structure of transaction blocks to make the network more scalable. And it actually shows that Digibyte is now, strangely, a fast-growing asset. Almost 7 years, almost 8 years after it was created, which is kind of weird to me. And you never know. So, but it jumped from 1.7 cents to 2.2 cents, which is really good. That 30% jump is a big deal. I hope there were plenty of you out there who bought it at 1 cent or less than 1 cent, who've been holding and might have been able to, lighten some of your bags and get your initial investments back. I'm personally a big fan of that. Once you, 4x or 5x cash out that initial investment, and then whatever you got sitting in there is gravy. It's all yours. And then you can, continue to increase your bags from then on out if you really like the project, but at the very least, you have a set amount of profit you'll be able to take. So, and as a side note, Zaquilla, which we talked about yesterday, they're saying it became available for staking. I've heard reports that the button is gone, but I don't know. I've not actually looked into it myself. I saw it early this morning when I got up, and I've not poked around Binance yet today. So it may be there, it may not be. But we'll be talking about Binance in a minute. But first, IOTA, the new Coordicide wallet. I really like it. I don't even know if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, but Coordicide sounds almost murderous, so we're going to go with it. So the new wallet is being released together for Coordicide. So it looks like Coordicide is a different company that the IOTA people have paired with, and it's going to lay down the basis, they hope, for the adoption of IOTA. So they've been working on it since last year. Excuse me. And it's requiring a new wallet architecture, and there's all this other stuff. But basically, their goal is to make it so that way, using the Messenger and IOTA Streams technology, sending IOTA will become as easy as sending a text message. Bam. Done. Love it. Great. That's exactly what we want. We want the ease of use. We want it to be quick, fast, and easy, and seamless. It seems like a similar approach to the WeChat app, which is popular in China. And wow, 30% of mobile payments there. Hey, there you go. Hence why China, again, is developing their own digital currency. But hey, I digress. But it should be a huge step forward in terms of user friendliness. It should simplify the problem of, the complicated crypto addresses. I know you've seen them. They're like random numbers and letters, and they're, anywhere from 18 to 52 digits long, depending on the project, and it's insane. The QR codes help, but they're not the end-all be-all. So yeah, but they'd be able to actually verify their wallet and legitimize the transfers of cryptocurrencies with regard to KYC, which, even though I know some people hate KYC, I'm not a huge fan. It's just going to be required. Like there's no way around it if you want to trade these things legally in many countries. But yeah, no, it's really good for IOTA. You know, the integration of their Tangle technology, great. This is the type of thing that drives long-term adoption, long-term growth, and long-term price movements, which are things you guys should know by now. I feel very strongly is what will separate the cryptocurrencies that become the Googles and the Apples and the Amazons of the future, and the ones that will become the Yahoos, the Netscapes, and the Internet Explorers of our present. But hey, I digress often. So, moving on to number 3. Binance, largest upgrade in 2 years. Hands down. Good. Old Changpeng Zhao, founder and CEO. Look at this location. He's out there in the Cayman Islands. I suppose I would be too. But anyways, so yeah, the new upgrade, complete overhaul for the exchange's matching engine, and the head of Binance, Mr. Changpeng Zhao, or CZ, expects a 10x performance improvement. Perfect. If you've been living under a rock, Binance is the biggest exchange out there. They're all over the world. They're in different countries, going here and there and there. They are really good. I actually have good things to say about Binance. I overall think they do a very good job. I don't trust any exchange to hold my crypto for longer than I absolutely need it in there. But if I had to leave it in one of them, I'd leave it in Binance. But I'm not going to leave it in Binance. Anyways, so yeah, it launched in 2017, so it's still pretty new, pretty young, and its growth has been phenomenal. So what they ended up doing is, he says it right here, so I'm not going to go looking for it. They switched out the matching engine to a new programming language, had to rewrite all the code from scratch. So faster performance. He's ready for the next wave, which I'm hoping is the 2020 end of the year insane bull run that finally cements Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the other top 30 to 40 cryptocurrencies as major players. So yeah, no, I mean, it's always been the fastest matching engine in the business, sustaining 1.4 million orders a second, but we know that wasn't enough at the height of the last bull run. So he's saying it can probably handle, probably offers a 10x performance improvement over the old one. He's stating that it theoretically could do 100x, but it could be bottlenecked by other systems. They're not sure. So basically, as volume would grow and things got bottlenecked, they do spot fixes and patches and things like that to get the traffic flowing again and get it to that 100 times, which is really good. Like, that's great. More exchanges, be like Binance. Upgrade huge things, move forward, like BitMEX, Coinbase. YouTube, get your stuff together. So those are the big 3. I did a couple more things I wanted to talk about. Blockchain and advertising. It's not a topic that gets discussed a lot, but I did kind of want to touch on it when I saw this article. I was like, yep, this is a good one. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's not a lot of advertisements you see for cryptocurrency, and that's not an accident. So in 2018, Facebook banned it. Google followed suit. Twitter banned it. Several social networks in China banned it. And there's all these different things. So, why? Really, why? Why would you ban it? Well, the answer is the double-edged sword that comes with all cryptocurrencies projects. In my opinion, they're decentralized. Things have changed. A crypto company has to, get multiple licenses, and Google and Facebook may not even approve it in the end. There's limited freedom. But the quite honestly, it's because of scams. All these different things they're doing, all these different things companies are trying, different cryptocurrency places are coming together to like push for more ads and all these different things. It's been interesting, to say the least, to read this article. It's down in the description if you want to check it out. They're basically saying scams. With a decentralized network, anyone can post an ad for Bitcoin. And if anyone can post an ad for Bitcoin, anyone can post a scam ad for Bitcoin. And so that's why, rather than Facebook and Google having to take the brunt from things getting past their algorithms, because humans do not look at all their ads, and people getting scammed and then all these different things, they're just like, no, we're not going to do it. And it's starting to loosen up as the space matures. So, annoying for now, but there's a reason behind it. They're not doing it because they're keeping us down or they hate it. They don't want the headache that comes with scams. Makes sense to me. I don't like it, but it makes sense to me. All right, moving on to the last thing we're going to talk about today. Bitcoin had a bit of a bloody weekend. Talking about it over here on old Crypto Potato. Love it. Alrighty. So yeah, it tumbled. It's dropped by about $1,000 over the past few days. Honestly, I think some of it's just the fallout from this future expiration finally kicking in. And then there's also the fact that the United States is just... I live in the United States. I love America, but we are really messing it up right now. Anyways, so the USA recorded its highest daily numbers of new COVID-19 cases. And the global fear from the second wave has sent the markets into a deep dive. Really red Republican states that have been resisting closures, resisting quarantine measures, their governors are now starting to acquiesce and actually start closing things down. If you don't live in the U.S., we have a really weird structure. So we do have the federal government, and that does have some power. And it's actually got a fair amount of power. But each individual state, what would typically be, a province or a territory inside of a country, we actually call them states, and the heads of their governments, governors, can actually do their own things. Like on the international stage, the federal government reigns supreme, but on the domestic stage, the states actually have a fair bit of power, and while the government can offer guidance on certain things, the government doesn't, or it explicitly says in our Constitution that the government can't, the states handle those things. And a lot of states did not do lockdowns, or they did not do them well. But again, I digress. Oh my goodness. So yeah. But anyways, stocks dropped about 2.5%. Facebook dumped about 8%, and they've been having a lot of trouble lately. And because so many institutional investors are in Bitcoin, when they panic, everyone panics. So a lot of red on this chart, showing Bitcoin at just under 8,000. Actually, looking at the market caps right now, Bitcoin's back above, Ethereum's back above. They've lost some value, but I would not get down. It's not that bad, honestly. Oh, Crypto Flip Cardano. It really isn't that bad. And a lot of industry experts were calling for this in the wake of Bitcoin doing its moonshot past 13,000. So hopefully that ends up being the case. And when the markets open up and things settle down, Bitcoin can start to move up against the current of the stock market. And that is the big thing. They line up too well. They correlate too much because they are very different assets. But people don't know that yet, especially in Wall Street. So that'll do it for today. I hope you all have a great Sunday. As of right now, I should be back with a full-length episode tomorrow, but we'll play that by ear. Wife and I should be going crib shopping for the baby, so we'll see what goes on. So yeah, if you've made it to this point, please subscribe, give me a like, comment. It really does go a very long way to help me out with things. Lets me know I'm doing a good job. And any of the articles discussed will be down in the description so you can check them out. Thanks, and I will see y'all soon.